We are both in the class of 1977.
The best class at Maclay ever
Class
to have graduated.
Ever graduated.
But we started in the 5th grade in 1969.
Yeah, and that's the year, 1 year after Bill came,
Yes.
I think. And this actually is what Bill looks like to us.
This is in honor of Bill.
In honor of Bill Jablon.
Bill actually grew up in St. Petersburg, Florida, native Floridian. He's very proud of that. He was a skinny little kid. He liked to spend his time outdoors. He wound up going to Boston College. We met up there and got married in 1969. He had graduated a year early and taught in St. Petersburg for a year and found an ad. Someone showed him an opportunity up here for a school that was brand new, looking for an English teacher.
My first impression of Bill, you have to realize, was back in 1973.
I was my first year at Maclay, I was a history teacher, which I knew nothing about. And I was also a driver education teacher and physical education teacher and basketball coach.
He taught English, typing of all things, but he was very nice. He's the first person I met when I came out.
When the '79 team came along, and I think Bill knew it, and I knew it, Rob Webster knew it, that this was a special group, and it turned out to be where they won a championship. I think it's had a major impact on the school and athletics, and really kind of getting into the public school system and competing and winning.
The school with the bubble. Bill probably did more to tell everyone else around him what to do, and then he would stand back and supervise. I think even more in the later years, he did less and less and less of the work part, as much as I saw that and I want you to do this and you do that.
One of the funniest things that I remember, it was
when the teachers hired a belly dancer for his birthday and he was totally embarrassed.
She came before school started, and we had board members standing around with their mouths open. It was quite comical. Some things that people might not know about Bill is he lived for Maclay. He did this job very seriously. He loved the kids.
But he liked he wanted to know about each young person here.
He knew what everybody did at all times, as he does now.
He knew everybody. He gave everybody nicknames. Those nicknames were then put in the yearbook. Everybody had a nickname. He knew everyone.
Easy as 1, 2, 3. All simple as go, bring me ABC. 1, 2, 3, baby, you and me, girl.
I think Bill probably felt the same that I did, and that he had to wear all the hats. We were plumbers and we were maintenance people. That was before we really had much of a crew of maintenance folks around here. So we would do everything from pushing brooms in the gym to picking up trash.
Come on, let me show you what it's all about.
And he lived for Maclay 24/7. He gave up a lot of his family time to take care of this family.
I think he had a lot of foresight. You know, when he became headmaster, of course, his vision was bigger.
We'd come back in this fall after our luxurious, lengthy vacation, and he had been working all summer. Things were fresh, there were new ideas, he had new rooms painted, moved around, new programs going. If a teacher had a new idea, it was up and running. I would marvel, how does he do this?
And look where we are now. Wonderful.
Sing a simple melody. 1, 2, 3, you and me.
Because when we started at Maclay, we all had briefcases. We were required to carry briefcases.
Which fit our glasses very well.
And the boys had to wear ties, and the girls had to wear skirts that were just 2 inches above the knee, otherwise you had crepe paper on there. We learned our manners at Maclay.
Lost them since then, but
Working with FCIS and all the other associations he was involved with, they came to him for advice. He did a lot of improving on their rules, so to speak, and I think people really valued his opinion.
You know, when I think of Bill, I think of leadership. I think of integrity. And I think of the working relationship that all that combined to us to make us the friends that we had come to be. You know, it's been an honor in my life, as well as a blessing for me to have been able to come across and two paths meet to form such a great working relationship, as well as a great friendship that we now have.
I think that's always been still an underlying theme. We're a family. We look out for each other, whether it's teacher to teacher, teacher to student.
It was during winter break, and I was waiting for my ride after a cross-country practice. And I decided that I would just go through the side entrance to the gym. As it turns out, though, that tripped the security alarm. So in walks Mr. Jablon about 20 minutes later, and he says, "Kid, the cops are about to come. You may want to get out of here." But just the fact that during Christmas break he was willing to get out of bed and come to school just to see what was up, I mean, it really gave me a sense of how much he cares.
His leadership style has allowed all the administrators on campus to have an opportunity to do things that they feel would be truly beneficial for the students and for the curriculum.
Bill was partly responsible at least, for the first sophomore safari, and I always think of that first trip that we took to Brevard, North Carolina, to Camp Carolina.
If someone were to say that somebody could bleed their school colors, then I would say definitely Bill Jablon bleeds blue and white.
Bill took everything to where it needed to be.
Congratulations on your retirement. Come visit us in Atlanta. We love you.
One of the things I don't want to get lost in the creation of the school is the partnership between Bill and Rob.
My father and Bill Jablon were two of a kind.
Oh. They were just like frickin' frack.
You would walk by Mr. Jablon's office or that window and you would see Dad and Bill in there, and you knew they were putting their heads together to solve something or a problem, or just to talk about what was going on at school. But the two of them worked very well together.
They were friends, are friends, and it took those two guys a long time to create the school.
And we all miss Rob, none of us more than Bill.
When I got on the school board, we were raising the money to build this building and the upper school. And a part of that was a meeting every Friday in his office with the architect and the builder. We looked at what we had done, we looked at what was to come. And what I came to know about Bill was that this was like a kid in a sandbox. He loved those Fridays because he got to talk about the building.
He just loved to be on a tractor, seeing what it is. That's why he knows where every pipe and every electrical line is.
He was like a kid with a Caterpillar truck in a sandbox.
Everything that he has thought we needed, we have needed and filled, and that gym seemed so big in the beginning, and it is used like crazy.
Bill used to pride himself in being Inspector Clouseau here. He's kind of turned that title over to Charles now, to Charles Beamer. I think all of us have mellowed with age.
I've been trying to teach him how to fish over the years, and he won't have anything to do with it. So as he's getting closer to retirement and knows he needs some hobbies, he's asked me to try to teach him to fish again.
And I think one thing that really started that mellowing process was grandchildren. When his grandchildren were here, they would run up and hug him, and then of course other children saw that too, and they led the way. And he has a soft spot in his heart for those little children.
But he hadn't mellowed too much. I still think he runs a tight ship.
Has Bill mellowed over the years? Hell no.
We know what's always come first in your life, and we're very grateful.
Bill, I want to thank you for taking a chance 37 years ago and starting a career that I never dreamed I would do.
I really do appreciate the start you gave me.
Bill, I've always been so thankful for McClay School, but especially for you.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Thank you so much for all of your years of service and help to me.
You always flattered me when you called, and I hope you'll still continue to call.
I mean, I've only known you for a few years, but for the 30-something before that, I'm sure that on behalf of all the other students, I thank you.
We appreciate all of your effort and your friendship.
Imagine all the people living for today.
Thank you, Mr. Jablon.
Imagine there's no countries.
I'm so grateful for everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Bill. It's been a great ride.
A threat message?
Thank you, Miss. Thank you.
I threatened him before. But thanks, Bill, from all of us, many, so all of us. Thanks, lots.
Thank you, Bill.
Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer.
He has grown and expanded his worldview, the worldview of Maclay. He always had big dreams and high expectations for Maclay.
And as I think about it, sometimes it brings tears to my eyes because of the joy and the leadership and what he has taught me.
Someday you'll join us, and the world will be one.
And I don't know you remember this, when you hired me over 20-some years ago, you say, well, both of us probably leave the same time. And that's exactly what happened. Myself and you're gonna leave the same time. And I know you're gonna have the rest of your life gonna be great, because I know mine's gonna be great. And congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Jablon.
Thank you, Mr. Jablon.
Thank
you.
Thank you, Mr. Jablon.
Thank you, Mr. Jablon.
I always knew in Bill where his heart laid.
He loves this school better than life.
Mr. Jablon, Bill, Mr. J, all those names go with you. You're going to leave a lasting impression on this place, not only with me and my children, but for tons of kids who've come through here.
Thank you, Mr. Jablon.
Thank you, Mr. Jablon.
Thank you, Mr. Jablon.
Imagine all the people sharing all the
I will leave you with this one statement that I've learned that we taught one time about speaking in Latin. And it's an old Marine Corps saying, Semper Fidelis, my friend. Thank you.
It's particularly difficult to say just thanks. It's so much more.
Put your heads together and say thank you at the same time.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you.